Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. I need a new navigator. I also need to clean the scorch marks off my bridge, level up my party, and generally get things done. So, to work, I suppose. Alright, plasma thrusters on standby, tech priest heading to life support. We need to set a course. So, welcome to the Rykad system and the Cronus Expanse in general. So, each star system contains objects you can interact with that multiple points of interest, left click to move and initiate the event. So, Rykad Minoris, the Astropathic Station, and we have come out reasonably close to Eurac V, the Navigator's base, if memory serves. So, we'll start there. Astropathic Choirmaster Zachary Weiss is asking to speak to me on a private channel. What's up? Greetings, Your Lordship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium. However, we have heard something horrifying instead, and the scream is driving the choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the diocese wells. It's coming from the Rykad Astropathic Station. What is the nature of this scream? We do not know. It's brought the Immaterium to a boil. More of a boil than usual. If the scream stops, will we be able to contact someone? We humbly hope so. Right, we are going to pay a visit to that station. Because I'm already short a navigator, I don't need my comms going out as well. So, end dialogue. We're going to pick up the navigator first, though. Alright, the heralds of the Navis nobility are maintaining Vox silence. Eurac V is off limits, and we are being told to turn the ship around immediately. Well, I'm a rogue trader. Nobody tells me what to do. Right. There's also an accumulation of debris. Have the Augur crew scan the station. What are we dealing with? Wave distortions of unclear origin that are throwing off most of the readings. Reactor core is active. Many compartments are unpowered and semi-pressurized. And biological activity largely present in the central module. Why are they ignoring us then? Right, contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. And they are not going for this. Right, no one dares to give a rogue trader orders outside of, well, the Emperor, the Custodes, the Inquisition if they've got enough guns, and anyone else can get in line and ask politely. No, Lord Captain, of course not. Right, commence docking. We do not know. We'll have to look for the navigator's blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor guide your path. Right, we're taking the full party, of course. Yoink! So, secure the navigator's station, and then move on to Eurac V. Sorry, this is Eurac V. Move on to the Astropathic relay. Well, things got messy here, didn't they?
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
Yes, apparently they do.
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Alright, so fire is the main chamber, and we walk in apparently right in time to deal with a field execution. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. Well, that's that. Hi, guys. You observant guard, that one. Alright. Abelard, if you would be so kind. Before you stands his lordship, the rogue trader Yuzral von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Chronos Expanse, bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out that nobility custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances on the station, his lordship is willing to overlook your hostility just this once. In that case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion just this once. Right, Felix Christoph August, keeper of the station, you know, I support traitors. Great news, you must understand that Eurac V is the holy sanctum and the path to it is revealed only to a select few. Really, well, it seems to have been revealed to me by my databank, so there's that. Right. Provide me with a navigator and I will depart the station. I don't think it's possible that Eurac V is an observation station. We do not sign contracts, do not provide navigators. What is happening on the station and where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal, the most banal thing in the life of the nobility. Stabbed in the back by Theobald Olcelio, second keeper of Eurac V, and his mentor, in short, the Old Man. My own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and massacred the loyal servants of the mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner, greedy scum. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and now torturing her upstairs while we're idly chatting here. What kind of help are you talking about? Right, Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orcelio herself. I have one part, the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic we have no sense mechanism is powered. Right, so how do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. That's actually, by the sounds of 40k, that's not creepy at all. Take it to the lab, and which is located behind the reliquary doors, the most ancient of sacred mechanisms will rebuild the rod. That fateful hour is upon us, so hopefully the tech priests really did do their mumbo-jumbo correctly. How do I power the elevator? Station's main cogitator is in the guard room. Enter the command sequence, the sacred mechanism does the rest. If it's so simple, why don't you do it yourself? Never said it would be easy, just simple. The path to the lab in the guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the nobility or incurring the Emperor's wrath. That makes sense. Right. How have I decided to send it to the Von Valancius line? Okay. I will rescue your mistress, but in turn I require that Orcelio sign a contract with my protectorate. Or I could take, it's for the good of the Imperium. It will be an honor, heroic, it will be an honor to save the Lady Navigator from her woes. Alright. The rogue trader's aid will cost House Orcelio, but you should rejoice, for your mistress will live. So be it. Hurry, the mistress's safety is all that matters. Should you fail, our arrangement is finished. Right, so we have the phylactery. Do we have anything worth looting? Nope. Right, so get answers, get the elevator online, and get the control rod remade. But first and foremost...
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
Thank you, sister. First and foremost, though, get leveled. Right, so, let's see. Available talents. Rapid reload, 2 AP, less to a minimum of 1. First reload is free. That would probably be a good one to have, depending on how this goes. Second attack does enough. What about if I look at the arbitrator? So it's first of each ranged burst. I don't use ranged burst attacks. I'm a shotgun guy. Full cover plus 10% damage. Attackers deal 20%. Right. Be smart. Anytime an ability or talent uses Fellowship of Voidborn can use Intelligence if higher. Additionally, Voidborn characters can always upgrade Intelligence. So basically it turns Fellowship into a dump stat. Retraining and seeing if I can respec stats would be a useful option there. Arbitrator physical training. I need a shield to make use of that. Armor piercing. Arbitrator successful attacks reduce enemy's armor by 1/6 for 1 round. Does not stack. That might actually be worthwhile, because that lets me weaken a lot of enemies with a shotgun blast, and then Argenta can follow up with bolt gun attacks. During tactical phase, after placing a cell adjacent to an enemy. Right. Yes, let's go with armor piercing for the moment. Lock that one in. And then skip willpower. Do I boost perception? Not a bad idea. Or do I boost... Ooh, boost ballistic skill up to +5. That might take me up to 50, which is actually kind of important. The Rogue Trader rule set basically runs on a D100 system, but breakpoints at every 10 are kind of important for some tests. And a second advance. See, I'm going with Shotgun Mastery there. Already taken. Yeah, armor piercing. Locked and complete. Abelard! What have you got? Thick skin, +1 deflection, parry increased by armor. Worth considering. Enemies. Epicenter of slaughter. +1 temporary wound for each attack. Whenever they are attacked, up to a maximum of +5. Well, they get attacked. The Sax then converts temporary wounds at the start of their next turn. So basically it's a passive temporary wound skill. Defensive stance. What else has he got? Ready to serve. Resolve increased by 1. Doing my part. First archetype using each combat is cheaper. Yeah. 10% crit and 10% against Xenos and Demonic, but... And allies gain 5%, but Law Xenos and Law Warp always 0. Weapon skills, I think. Swift movement. And... we'll boost... Let's see. Toughness again. Yeah, that works. Right, complete off there. Idira, what are you bringing to the party? Willpower, definitely, if we're going to be using your psycho abilities. And from there, first dodge attempt of every enemy in combat is 14%. Plus 15% until you roll a crit. Passive boost on force weapon attacks. Yeah, that could work. She has a force staff in close combat. 6 cells or further against options. Triggering psychic phenomena. Yeah, maybe not. Or usage of rogue attack decreases the veil. Degradation. Yeah, let's boost her force weapon attacks. Don't know if that's just regular attacks or she has to actually charge things up. Either way. Sister, let's see. Agility, ballistic skill, strength, willpower. We'll throw in initiative, dodge. Actually, let's boost her agility a bit. Get her some more initiative. Ballistic skill. Reflexes and poise. Yep, go with that. And then weapons, weapons, weapons. It's all about guns with her. First hit of each ranged burst attack deals additional damage. Revelin's Slaughter triggering on 2 instead of 3. Actually, that's probably a good idea. Otherwise, Faith, Litany of Hatred. +1 damage, single shots and attacks of opportunity for 1 round when she uses her Litany. Enemies get disturbed. Shield of Faith. Devities resolve permanently, increased by 1. So basically anti-psyker and anti-warp. Distribution. Heavy weapon proficiency, not yet. Haven't got any heavy weapons. And that requires shield, which she isn't using. Yeah, let's go with Revelin's Slaughter on 2 kills instead of 3. Yoink! Alright, that's everyone sorted out. Okay, let's move. No access there, but can we wriggle through? Ah, we can wriggle through here.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
No, I think she's talking about the Navigator.
Over.
Force far beyond any mortal capacity. In short, improvised weapons, faces twisted to pay. So basically they got hit by Navigator abilities. Right, let's move.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Thank you, Abelard. Alright, now there was a hostile flagged over here. And we've got a hostile flagging there. Alright.
The Emperor sets my path.
Indeed, sister.
Let's proceed.
If you would mind. Oh, the conspirators. Okay, hang on a second. Why do they think we're conspirators?
Cast your eye there.
Stop.
We should deal with this.
Yes, we should. Booby traps all over the place. Okay, I think Argenta's got some...
prayer.
Yep, Argenta's got demo skill. Sister, if you wouldn't mind.
Never doubt me.
Thank you. And rinse and repeat.
The Emperor favors me today.
So they think we're the conspirators. Curiouser and curiouser, but they are flagging as hostile, so
When the faithful are idle,
sister,
heresy grows.
if you wouldn't awfully mind opening the bidding.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Take a knee and bow before me. For the Emperor!
Okay, don't see that. Right, so we have an opener there. Right. Squad is mostly on the corners. So Argenta. I have the opening bids. So Argenta, tuck in there. Abelard, cover. And where am I in all of this? Idira, back this up. Get yourself in hard. Not like that. And I'll lock in here. Okay, so we're reasonably positioned as far as everyone is in cover, and we should be able to start demoing. Oh, there's all of these guys as well. Aha! Right, so much for the mad charge into these three. It's going to be a bit more snipey than that. Idira, move up. Alright, start the battle. And I open the bidding. Right, move once. Standard shotgun attack. Never mind, I don't have a line of sight here at all. Alright, go for run and gun.
Too easy.
Make the corner. And standard attack. Remove him. I still forgot to switch my close combat weapon, didn't I? Take the shot. It was worth a try. Okay, so I am down and in cover. The rest will have to wait. Guard medic.
My faith strengthens me.
Well, thank you.
I'll live another
Ouch. Right. Let's see. 4 shots, then Argenta and Adira get their turns. Do I push Abelard forward? That's the question. Switch him to lasgun. That's definitely going to be needed. If I push him forward, we can get him in close and then follow up with shotguns and general mayhem, but these two need to be dealt with. So... okay, push him up into cover there. Then... let's see. Bad angles on most of... actually, no, I lie. We can drop this guy. Who's getting their turns next? Guard, defender... oh, he's up. Right, 4 shots, 48% chance that... yeah, drop him before he gets a turn away. Thank you, Abelard. And then deflection and temporary wounds. And switch yourself over to las pistol and close quarters, because you're getting messy next turn.
Follow my lead.
Guard defender's trying to work his way through. For all the good it's going to do him. Yes, you will, Argenta. Well said. Right. Let's see. Check there. She does have line of sight to the medic, and she can then use run and gun to get a bit more of an edge.
God,
so
Emperor,
move
through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Indeed, and then burst him down.
I'll do it.
Well, that wasn't who I was aiming for, but I'll take it. Run and gun. Fetch cover.
Of the Emperor will be undone.
And then, yeah.
I'll do it.
5 shots.
Is a prayer.
And he's down. Okay, let's see. 3 momentum for each enemy in a 5-cell radius. Or was hit by her this turn. She hit 1, so 9 momentum. I've got 138. I need 175. Hold that for the moment. Idira, let's see. We'll bring you up.
What is
over
this
there.
recording?
Now then, can we... one creature with a 12-cell radius. She doesn't have the range to blow anybody's mind. Probably for the good. Right, Abelard. Congratulations, you get a boost. And then we'll drill this defender and hopefully shore up the flank. Or she can miss completely. That's also an option, Adira. Thank you very much.
Weapon at the ready.
Now everyone else gets their vote.
Stay vigilant.
Well, nice of him to stand out of cover, isn't it?
Brace Watch yourself, Abelard.
Quite so.
My ears are ringing.
Well, as long as it's just removing his temporary wounds, I don't care too much. Okay. Do I risk being out in the open to knock this guy off his perch? It's chancy, but no one else is in a good position to take advantage, so let's do it. Make the rail. Pull the shotgun. Good night.
Trusting me was your biggest mistake.
And that's the end of him.
Break them around.
Look, someone's got a med kit. Right. Let's see. Charge. Straight line must be at least 2 free cells, so I need to put Abelard there. Then we'll get a burst shot out with the las pistol.
I will do like you.
That wasn't what I meant to do. 2, not 2. Misread that as 2 instead of that 2. Oh well. Into him.
At your beck and call. One fewer target.
Indeed. Right, brace for impact. This may suck.
My faith strengthens me.
Good news, they're not going for Abelard much. And the way these guys are shooting, they're as likely to hit their own side. Alright, let's see. The sister... Okay, hold that off for a bit. Make cover again. Quite so, sister, quite so. Right, can we... Okay, Abelard's in the splash zone for that. Bit risky aiming for him. But what we can do is send the corridor of fire just past him and hopefully get a twofer. Do it, sister. Well, it made a dent. Okay, 2 targets hit, but we've got plenty of momentum anyway. Hold the momentum for the moment. Adira, you get to have some fun. Now the question is, how do we work this? Keep her in cover, definitely. Or do I advance her? Yeah, advancing her up is going to leave her out in the open. So, stick to cover. And rather... Actually, no. Abelard is out of the line of engagement, as far as I can tell. He just happens to be on one square on the stairs where he's not vulnerable. Pose it! Never mind. Right. Get an analysis going on them. Done. And then we'll expose that.
Was that you? Or...
Just in case. Being a little restrained with the psionics here, because Idira is an unsanctioned psychic. There's a 5% chance of something gribbly happening every single time she uses her mystic abilities. Totally not warp cursed witchery, whatever gave you that idea. Right, I am out of the fight for the moment. Unless I pull my las pistol. Let's get back into cover. Las pistol. Burst. No line of fire to work with. Fine. Looks like Abelard and the sister are on their own, and well, they should be able to mop the place up, shouldn't they? He should have a high old time. Right, let's see. We'll move up.
My place is at the fore.
Push the right button this time and rapidly perforate the squad leader.
Reduce the dust.
And then charge the medic.
It will be done.
I took care of this one.
Alright, you know what? Let's go nuts. Restore all AP and MP and gains +3 movement until the end of the turn. Do not lose movement after performing attack. No limit on melee weapon attacks. Yoink! Go nuts, Abelard, go nuts.
Victory is imminent.
Right, move
Try
up
and
to him.
tested tactics are the best ones. I will
Chonk.
do my duty.
And chonk.
Reduced to dust.
Well, he's run out of AP, but who cares? Abelard is being his usual beastly self already. Sister, if you would oblige by, well, posing the room. Or he's introducing these heretics to the business end of a bolt gun. That wasn't what I meant.
Without deeds is worthless.
Alright.
Guided by
Make
faith.
cover. And then if you
I
would...
refuse.
Okay, fine.
As
Recover
the
momentum.
Emperor commands, I act.
Duck it in. Indira, advance up. Not sure how much use you're gonna be, but take a pot shot. Meh. About what I expected, really.
Follow my lead. Follow my
And in the back. Ooh, his leg's off. He'll probably insist we call it a
Forge
draw.
ahead.
It really wasn't. Okay, that's sorted.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
You probably have as well, old man. Drop
It will
him.
be done.
Okay, shot. Distance. Unfortunately, not close enough.
cleanses the body.
Indeed.
I will
And
bathe
prayer
this
closes the
battlefield in righteous
cleanses the
fury.
mind. Both are essential.
Justice for the weak.
And as for past the ammunition, well, really, sister?
I am
Fine.
his will made
Momentum it
manifest.
is. Sister,
Faith without deeds is worthless.
would you
As the
awfully
Emperor
mind
commands, I act.
actually hitting
Justice for
him?
the weak.
Remedial rites of firing for you, sister. Just pointing that out.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Indeed. Would you mind embarrassing the sister? Actually, can you just blow his mind? No, out of range. Fine. Unfortunately, Adira and Abelard are both in the splash zone if she gets this wrong. So, standard shot. Really?
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
Quite so. Abelard, just don't. Just kick his ass.
A
Walk
tactically
over.
sound approach.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you
At your
approve.
beck and call.
I took care of this one.
And that's the end of that.
Victory awaits.
Quite so. Unless you're one of these poor sods, in which case, slow decomposition awaits. At least as fast as we can loot everything. Ooh, flat chest plates, las guns, shotguns. Right, loot it all. Instead of conversation, this entire transfer the entitlement to the child's personal guard. You'll probably make it for cycle of 3. What's the point? He even gives the little leeway. So Keeper Felek is lax in maintaining discipline. I see. Full of treatises and the most distinguished scholars of the Imperium. Why am I thinking that Keeper Felek might have spun
I
us a
won't
line?
tolerate weakness.
Right, armour for everybody, swords and las guns. What are you? Pontius Phaeus Galasius on the training of worthy servants of the court of the novice nobility. A faithful servant will never offer their mistress the same dress presented earlier in the cycle. Quite so. Crimes against fashion are most odious. Who's this? Calixian sculptor Zacharias Vernon the Magnificent. 23rd year of the 41st millennium. So it's about 900 years old, give or take, and an original. Someone's got class. Right, loot up. Ooh, what's this? Data crypt H-40-KO. That might be important. Alright, we are almost looted, right? Auto pistols, and I think we're okay for most other concerns here. However, I am going to remember to swap over to sword and shotgun this time, and while we're at it, Abelard, you are Seneschal's trusty chestplate, heavy armor, 7 and 35%, 23 and 20. Okay, so he's already armored. Idira, can you 45% dodge, 10% reduction? Okay. And Argenta is wearing mesh chestplate, medium, 25.75, 20.75, so basically better than what I have just looted. Well, that's mildly disappointing. I doubt anyone's ranged weapons are an alternative, but we will give the sister a sword to complement her auto pistol if things should somehow get close enough to require them, which I doubt. It's all about the guns, after all, and most of the rest is of dubious value. Right, onwards. Pop the door. Okay.
Halt. I noticed something.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
Yes, all
I'll
stop.
lay claim to the stars.
Sins hidden in the
Sister.
heart turn all to decay. Duty prevails.
Hooray. So they were setting up for a defensive battle, weren't they? Navigator flesh sample.
The crew continues to mourn Lady Theodora. I fear it may affect the performance of their duties in service of the Lord Captain.
Well, that would be highly unfortunate.
Let the people grieve. Lady Theodora was with us so long that we started to believe she was immortal.
Yeah, well, that's always a mistake. Oh ho. Got a couple of guards. And what looks like a
Attention
power
to detail is the key to success.
booby trap. Alright, sister, you're up.
The Emperor sets my path.
Indeed. However, at this particular
What deeds await us?
scenario, I need you to shut down a booby trap for me. I think that's it. No, it isn't. Right, tiptoe round it. Okay, loot is good. And nothing else to note there. Hello? Right, we're clear on this side. Aha, there's the relay point. Right, shut this down.
I better myself through my service.
Quite so, sister, quite so. Right, traps off. Let's take the room as best we can. Hello, suckers. Did you hear the screams? Move. Hi. So you're... Oh, great, he's gone warp mad. You are leave them. This is an instruction. Yes, indeed. Death penetrators. Okay. So we have slowly spreading paranoia and insanity. Well, at least he's disposed of the locals for me. Hi? Yeah, but at this point I think putting him down is going to be something of a mercy, isn't it? Hey, who are you? Well shot, sir, well shot.
It's about time.
Okay. And more loot. Well... Oh, what's this? Datacrypt H41, okay. Right. Another piece of what presumably will be a puzzle. Looty, looty, looty. Oh. Research notes of Navis Laboratorium Custodian Fortunata. Salio Part 13. Keeper Theobald has graciously allowed for samples of skin growths. Navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp, eventually. Adamantine dust and black water. This was the worst idea that could have entered my mind. Right, I need to have a read of this. Yoink. Info. Adamantine dust protects the fail fish of the lowborn to a degree. Not even the macerator can handle its temper. Right, all data related to the experiment was recorded to Datacrypt K-04-OH. Get back to it later once I'm done with experiment H41 OK. Right. So, adamantine dust and black water was a bad idea, even if the adamantine does give you resistance to something. Okay, what have we got? We have a cogitator. Okay. Cogitator's screen is cracked and stained with dried blood. Lovely. Button switch leaves were ripped out of control by exceptional cruelty. Awaken the cogitator. Okay. Quest data on the station's navigators. Right. Felic Orselio, main hall, status alive. We've met. Theobald Orselio, the other keeper, upper chambers, alive. Calamir Orselio, deceased. Alexius Orselio, deceased. Erasmus Estevan Orselio, location unknown, but status confirmed deceased. How does it know he's dead if it doesn't know where he is? The child, location upper chambers, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress level exceed permissible, calming procedures advised, upper chambers inaccessible. Right, examine the log. Right. View Vox report 12AH890. Several generators overheated on the lower levels. Tech prescript. So the problem started on the lower levels. Tech prescript set to investigate and not responding. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression. Officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off. Senior station, return to contact Windscape help. Something is jamming the signal. Anybody could here be a traitor. Right, so the problem started on the lower decks. Yes, our navigator friend spun us a line, didn't he? The servants close to charge started butchering one another again. Okay. Negotiations with the Windscape were success. New batch of 10 servants will arrive in 10 months. Escort them to the laboratory. Once it's imperative, we increase their resistance to the child's powers. Data has been expunged following that. The docking log. Regent Erronto Orselio was the last entry, and everything about it classified. Right, security and life support. Damage in technical compartments, damage in living compartments, docking system overridden. Basically, it all got sabotaged. And the encrypted data. Right. Tech use 93%, break through the Machine Guardian's defenses. Yoink. Okay, the overload processors are unhappy, but... Okay. You find traces of the Purge Protocol. Recovery is impossible. Child, delete, picked, flow, disable, access code, annul, station controls, delete, activate, shuttle, self-destruct, purge, command log. So basically somebody rigged the station to try to kill the child and cover the evidence. Right, only the keepers of station have access to the life support systems. Keeper Theobald did not leave the child's side, neither did I, so that just leaves Keeper Felix as the saboteur. Right. Well, that kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Keeper Felix, our saboteur. Right, main chamber controls. Open all doors on the level. Right, warning, data corrupted, processing error. 0110 is required. That's going to be a ASCII binary sequence, isn't it? However, I have a 100% logic check to reply, so yoink. One of the doors in the chamber has opened. Great. List of commands, main elevator controls, activate the elevator, query confirmed. Right, so we have got, and we know Rykard Minoris is being jammed, so step away from the cogitator. So, Keeper Farek or Felek, or the guy we met, is our actual saboteur. Well, that clears that up. And by the sound of it, everyone is going warp mad. Hi, guys. Are you all okay? Where's the child? Is she safe? Uwe? Everyone's concerned about the child. And the archenemy's twisted influence has gotten onto the station. Well, if you have a rather worried psyker, that sort of thing does happen. But it looks like we managed to save some of the locals. Alright, what else have we got? Pop this. Tech use?
Excellence matters.
Indeed, especially when you're helping yourself to everything surrounding the area. Loot, 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 and loot. Oof. Incendiary grenade, a long-las sniper rifle, carapace chestplate light armor. That might be an improvement for Adira, and the long-las will certainly suit her, given that I tend to leave her at the back. Alright, let's switch her up. So, Adira, you get to have a long-las. Abelard can get the well-maintained las gun. We'll toss some fire grenades in as well. Yeah, I'll have one because I tend to get close with the shotgun. Axe and las pistol as a backup. And, oh yes, the light carapace. 20%. Dodge 45. Yeah, that is an upgrade for her, isn't it? Okay, let us rock and roll. Everyone else appears to have fallen over dead.
Stand in my way.
Okay, section clear. Let's keep moving. Right. Clear this. Abelard?
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
I won't ask at what point the Navy had you doing demolition work. Right, +5 bonus to persuasion, Mars pattern sword. 8, 13, 15%. That might be an upgrade for Abelard, at least over his chain weapon. But bonus to tech use, bonus to persuasion. Yeah, you know what? Witcham. Miles pattern sword. Unquestionably a boost for me. Abelard. 813, 79, dodge reduction 5. Yeah, it's a boost over the chainsaw from Abelard, isn't it? Not sure he's got chain proficiency, but we'll keep on moving. Worth popping that door. 90% tech use.
I did fine.
Well, we've got a quick way back to where we were. And I suppose if nothing else, it's some bonus XP. Right, where do we go from here? This all looks fairly cleaned out. Right, map. Okay, we've got a massive chunk of loot over here. This all looks swept. Right, move the squad. That's the point. Need to have a look at... Oh. Heresy has found its way into the doors of nobility. And why has the warp gotten freaky? Another mutated flesh sample.
See? Right there.
Meteorite chunk. And, ooh. Shiny. Well spotted. Frag grenades and a Ripper Auto. Well, the Ripper Auto's not brilliant, but frag grenades, oh yeah, we'll spread those round for everybody. Next lot of enemies that decide to bunch up in cover will get a nasty surprise. Yoink. And door heading deeper in. Presumably that's where we were meant to be going. Oh well, means I can conveniently loot this chunk. Armor and auto pistols. Yeah, work with what you got. Heavy doors secured by a sophisticated mechanical lock. Must be a way to unlock them somewhere else. Well, there was that cogitator from earlier, wasn't there? Let's go have another look.
Follow my lead.
Another look at this cogitator. Right. Awaken the cogitator. Main chamber controls. Open all doors. Data corrupted and processing. Right. This is where you need an ASCII terminal. Processing. Error. Binary is required. Right. I need an ASCII converter, don't I? This or a tech priest. Right. Or well, I have to pick one. Yoink. According to the data, the compartment I'm trying to open is depressurized. Fair enough. This one. Door already opened. Already opened. Protocol executed. Passage has been opened. Already open. And... okay. That was the important one by the look of it. Look on the bright side. There were safeties stopping me opening anything awkward. What about this one? Back up. So, step away from the cogitator and end the dialogue. Right, all the doors are open.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Going to open. And we even managed to save the crew. Alright, back we go. Hopefully we didn't open anything untoward while we were in there. Oh, hey, this is open now. Warpses, goggles, plus willpower bonus lore. Warp. Okay, well, Idira, you've got the most warp lore out of all of us, so congratulations. You have a snazzy set of goggles. Please don't go insane from what you see with them. That would be highly unfortunate. Right. But we have access to the lab, so let's keep moving. Okay. And... right. This looks like it's gone well. Right.
What in the world?
Someone disrupted this experiment in the most brutal fashion, impossible to determine what went down inside. Yeah, probably nothing good. Right, K040H. Caustic sensor reagent. Somebody wanted to destroy the lab or find something. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Biogel, black water. Ah, right, we're going to be playing amateur alchemist, aren't we? Sun crystals. Flesh sample. Okay, I think that's all we're going to get here. And that Medicaid check. I don't know if we passed or failed, to be honest. Can't really tell. Door. Right, Lady Cassia's Medicaid. Please say he's sane. Hi? They all just lost their minds. So I have no intention of killing you, but I do need you to start making sense. Okay, he's not making sense anytime soon. Right, let's see.
Victory awaits!
Yes, right. First off, read everything. Laboratory Journal H4045LS. Okay, snag. No, I want that in my inventory if you don't mind. Goods. Adamantine. Don't mix with black water. That would be a horrible idea. Right, so the transducer needs an ingredient. We can remake the control rod here. We also have a puzzle, a data crypt connector, a catalyst flask, which can accept any of those three, and a reagent flask, which I'm guessing spits out the results, and tissue flasks, which will accept samples. So I have 3 tissue samples, 3 reagents, and the transducer. Okay. We are... Oh, goods. Another bundle of notes. Okay. More and more students being influenced by the material. It has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. The corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals. Do not use acid under any circumstances in the grinder. You will not like hang to the burns for the next dozen turns. So the calls for something more basic, and the Tech Priest's Blessed Data Crypt H41OK, which means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. Right, that might be significant. So, anything else that I can work with here? Doesn't look like it. Right, well, let's see what we can do with these lab notes. So, info. Right. Data crypt H40KO malfunctioned over research. Remind the technomats to deliver this into Magot's Dioctius's capable hands. So, H40KO is unreliable for some reason. Info. Child's influence on the psycho-emotional status of various representatives of the Imperium. Noble male, acute stress. The individuals with the greatest resistance committed suicide. Death was caused by strangulation of the subject with the subject's own intestines. Charming. Died with an arrow entering the laboratory, most bitten off their tongues, or they just smashed their head against the wall. Some testers lacked the physical strength to separate their jaws from the rest of their skull. Ah, presuming therefore that some of them did have the physical strength to separate their skulls from their jaws. Right, H45-3. Paralyzed patient who lost the ability to speak. Test subject. Noted a tingling sensation in the deteriorated tissue. Test subject then smiled and started humming, then attempted to dress the simple food. Lengthy conversation was perioded because the servant didn't have a tongue. Right, defective offspring of Lord Orselli, pronounced unfit owing to mutation. Additionally, overall feebleness of mind. Test subject mirrored the child's action for 3 days. Last surviving test subject was executed for attempting to kill a child. So the child is basically broadcasting her emotions to everyone on the station. Graham pulls a sheet of paper with a drawing of Tormund and Dark-Eye Monster paper with fresh blood, of course. Presumably the artist didn't have anything else to hand at the time. Right, research notes. What have we got? Okay, so the navigator's flesh is resistant to the warp. Adamantine dust and black water's a bad mix. We should probably introduce a more complex compound to the formula. All data related to experiment K040H. Keep a Felix, same grounds to use make new paint. Okay, so we put the chunk of meteorite into the macerator. The adamantine won't go. Black water, biogel. So don't use acid, don't use black water. So that means mixing adamantine and biogel. Side crystal. Okay, so let's try sticking the meteorite chunk in the transducer. See if it likes that. Right, what do we get? Meteorite dust, finely ground stone with metal particles mixed in. I generally don't know if that helped. Let's just remake the control rod first and foremost. 10 minutes passed. Okay, sorted on that front. Yoink.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Lady Cassia? Okay, fine there. So we have a tissue flask, a data crypt, a catalyst flask, and a reagent flask. Okay, so the tissue flask would be the navigator's flesh sample. The data crypt, let's see, he was recording his notes into data crypt K040H. K040H, there we go. Let's see, what was it? Don't mix with black water and adamantine dust. So something more complex. Let's give him biogel and reagent flask. Okay, we've got the ground meteorite dust. All right, close. Activate the device. Well, that wasn't meant to happen. Whoops. Oh well, got that wrong. Unfortunate. Let's head back to the elevator. Might possibly want to have words with the navigator Felek first,
A new
though.
challenge for me.
Or maybe not. Confronting him might be a bad idea. Okay, hoof it back. Right, jump.
An expected result.
Okay. To the doors. Control rod is required. Yet we made a control rod. Can't equip that yet. I have a control rod. Why are you being obtuse about this? Felek, you don't firm power the elevator? Yes, we did. Crossroads, there are two paths. One hiding a blind man, the other is traitor. Yes. It's the decision point. And Felix, the traitor to the other man, is like, thank you, everything is clear now. Yep. I'm keeping the key. Care to explain yourself? Right. The servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. Yes. Who is the child? You meddled. The child is what the station servants call Lady Cassia. Some prove most useful. Right. The servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. Do you really think that the station's senior officer is just as guilty? Aha, he's telling the truth. Right. Destroying the shuttles, shutting off the power, and disabling the security systems. Too many things required special access, only available to the keeper of the station. Yes. I saw the security captain's report. Only the keepers have access to the station's systems. You dare suspect me? Yes, actually, I do. You were very lenient towards them. And in the end, I paid a steep price for it. Enough lies, Felix. You are the one behind this coup. Congratulations, you've got me. What are you babbling about? I know nothing of this Tisiphone or monsters of any kind. You do not? Ah. Right, I see. And Theobald is actually just mindless fanatics serving this evil. Lady Cassia is a scion of a merciless tyrant. She is a monster whose servant powers drive servants insane in mere turns. A cursed child who can kill a navigator with just a look. I see. If your cursed child agrees to become my navigator, I will gladly rid you of this burden. Yes, this may work. It certainly is possible. You are going to need this charm. If you manage to press her, the baleful influence of her powers will recede. You'll be able to take her and leave the station. Okay, so we have access, and we did it without bloodshed. Last time I ended up massacring everybody in this room.
Follow my lead.
Let's go talk to Cassia and everyone else. Unfortunately, she's got about as much control as everyone else. Could we get some sanity going here, please? Right. Pale figure with unnaturally long limbs covers her face with her hands. Yeah. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. Flashes of past warp nightmares. Great. What is my antique? And it's broadcast. Yeah, she's broadcasting hard. Now this one's barging into my head. Yes. Lady Cassia, would you please calm yourself? There we go. Our betrayer's dead already. Yusuf von Valansis, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Pardon my manners, I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. And I feel faint. Thud. Oh, she fainted. The child, Lady Cassia. There we go. And here's the blind man as opposed to the traitor. My eyes fail me. This one's so deranged it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. Oh, terrific. At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on Eurac V. Okay, so who are you? Abelard, introduce us. His Lordship, the rogue trader Yusuf von Valansis, heir to the greatest protectorate of the Cronus Expanse and bearer of the sacred wand of trade, extends his greetings. Another rogue trader, indeed. Given that you've not so far to reference, you're probably peaceful. Right. What service do you ask of me? Or what's the curse that's taken hold of everyone in this room? You understand, when the child's sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. I see. So the child basically has a hot wire into everybody's brain in a 20-yard radius. Wonderful. Yes, Adira, they do, and you are, but she is as well. What service do you ask with me? The sacred child, take her away from this station. That was the plan, yes. Save the child, deliver her to Regent Toronto, acting head of House Orselio. After everything we've seen, I've got reservations about this girl. Yeah, who doesn't? What happened between you and Felix? Felix is a wayward student, came to Eurac V as a callow youth. Personally met him, etc. So to sort of steal the child, to revel in power with others like him. Chaos cultist again. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the Novators. Right. Right. You are talking as though you expect to die here. I says the house is coming to an end. Okay, he is dying, that's why. You need help. There's a Medicaid deck on my ship. I am the keeper of Eurac V and I will perish along with my station. How could you lose control of your own station? Do not thrust my errors in your face. He has a point there. He has a point. Right, I believe I have made my decision. Right, so Felix is a true monster. Let's do away with him together. Yoink. Allies are always welcome. I will revive the child, but you rest for a time before the battle. Right, kill Felix. Well, so much for sorting this out peacefully. Well, looks like everyone's okay-ish. Lady Cassia's Medicaid's here. Are we staying on the station? Yes, it is. No, you aren't. Somebody still filled the trough with dried fruit and fresh water. Well, that's nice of them. The painting was, or at least the same hands in a very different state of mind. Commander? Well, you're welcome to toggle along if you like. Theobald? This may be an alliance of convenience. We shall follow you. Well, thank you. Right, anything else of note? Ooh, loot. Always of note. Right, yoink.
It's about time.
Essays, novels, and personal accounts from Trailblazers. Okay, so she had a bit of wanderlust then. Fair enough. And I think other than that, we are clear. So, right, back downstairs and brace for violence. Okay. And Cassie is back on his feet, as is everyone else. Alright, let's go, people. Rogue trader, you treasonous worm. Yes, we might have lied to you, but hey, you did the same. You betrayed our child, our house, and Tisiphone herself. Surrender. Yes, please. Okay, so House Orselio is in the middle of a civil war. Wonderful.
I won't heed your cries of mercy. Purge them.
Okay, and looks like we've got everybody. Okay, not everybody under my control. Right, Abelard. Let's see. Yeah, we'll set up for a swipe there to take those two out. I am going... Cassia is opening the fighting. Let's see, where am I in all of this? Cass... going to cover there. Oh no, Abelard's there, fine. Do I actually have control of Cassia? Not sure. Argenta, cover as well. Idira, tuck in the back, if you please. And well, the cover situation is not brilliant, is it? Alright, we'll move over here and back up Idira. Everybody else is not under my direct command. Alright, start the battle.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Okay, she's not messing about. Felix tries to get clear. And he's prioritising Theobald by the look of it. I'm wondering how... Oh, good. Argenta does get to do something. Right, let's see. Side snap.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
And then rapid fire.
I'll do it. This is why I was chosen.
Indeed. Right. Run and gun.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
And keep pumping those shots, sister.
As the Emperor commands, I am fabricated.
Okay. Recital. Got some momentum up. And more to the point, one bodyguard about to fall over and die.
Follow my lead. Break them around.
Yes, yes, yes. Could you please shoot at somebody else? Right, Idira. Right. Pop. And... Overpen. Yoink. Right. And while you're at it, Abelard's up next, so actually I'm going to boost me. Okay, sorted on that front. Analyze. Nobody available. Right.
Anything else?
Get a mark on him. Set him up for my turn later on.
Weather the storm.
My faith strengthens me. Follow my lead.
Hi. Oh, thank you. Idira on her feet once more. Right. Okay, let's see. Get into position to charge this guy. Little bit risky sending shots down range like this, but we'll rapid fire
It
him
will be done. Reduce to dust.
and then charge him.
Victory is imminent.
Okay. Brace for
do my
impact.
duty.
Just deal with the incoming. Then it's my turn, so... Shift
Let's
across.
see how they respond to this.
Shotgun. Right. Fulminating shot or rending shot. Can I hit both of them? No. Pity. Oh well, run and gun it is.
Nothing I can't do.
Right.
My tactics are flawless.
Indeed.
Already done.
Specifically, they are flawless when you jam the barrel down his throat before you pull the trigger. Number of extra attacks using rate of fire, do not spend AP. Unfortunately, nobody's really got range to a shotgun, so hold that one off.
Weapon at the ready. Stay vigilant.
Hey, watch where you're shooting.
Emperor, give me strength.
Oh, right. Another guard goes splat. Cassia cleaning the room as usual. And it looks like Fert's having a bit of a bad time. I believe this is what we technically term a solid ganking. Right, can the sister get into position to help? Do I trust her to aim with Cassia downrange? Yeah, she's got single shot. Don't really want to risk it with don't really want to risk burst fire with Cassia in play. But she has ended a traitor and a witch at that. Well done, sister. Well done.
Follow my lead.
Follow my lead.
That's distinctly unwelcome of you. Right, Adira?
I know what is to come.
Yes, I know. Burst his head, please. Unless you can get a kill shot with a las rifle. 18 to 25. Yeah, that'll do.
But of course, what an unfortunate turn of fate.
Indeed.
Onward!
One fewer target.
And we're done. Oh, and unfortunately the other boy's falling over as well. Now this is your burden.
No.
Child,
this
survive.
Is your burden, child. Survive. Return to the fold of your house as your destiny demands.
No! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! Wake up! Your mistress is giving you an order! Do you hear me?
Aww.
He was a fine seer of the war. He fought for his mistress until the end.
Yeah, no. Enough's enough. I've had my fill of waterworks, thank you.
Thank you, dear, yes. Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the system immediately. It's about to explode.
But this is my home.
It was your home, Cassia. Past tense.
What are you going to do to me?
Right. Let us aid one another. Become my navigator and I shall restore you to House Orselio at the earliest opportunity.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Eurac V is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
Fine. We'll save as many as we can.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
And we are good. More to the point, we are eminently lootable. Right. Search for the interrogation on the Navis Nobility Station has failed to yield any results. But what we do have is a pile of options and abilities. So collect all. Can we just loot up? Yes, we can. Right, flat chest plates, shotguns, las guns. Yank them all and sort it out later. Right, the Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest first... Ooh. Source of this sudden wave of unease. Okay, yes. I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Of course. Yeah, not using that charm might have been a slip. But again, she has got unfettered access to her powers, and it might have been permanent, so... yeah, I wasn't about to trust anything that traitor gave me. What did you wish to speak about? Before I begin the ritual... right, oh yes, I am famous, apparently. It truly is me, the person of the whole expanse and the Calixtus sector to talk about, and now a rogue trader as well. What can I say? I'm just that good guy, apparently. Right, I have not yet thanked you. You acted honourably. Did not exploit me in my wretched position. For that I am grateful. I'm also deeply grateful that you saved my servants. Who knows how to properly intend. Oh, good. And what to serve her for breakfast. That is important. I am ready to go. Right, I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Right. Why do you refuse red paint? Uwe will give his blood before the ritual is... ah, I see. What does the ritual entail? I must merge my underworld with the machine spirits that become one of the vessel. After that I use House or Stelio ritual. And then it's time to take a gander at the warp. Yes. Navigators have to... I shall ensure that all necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Novice. I should take my leave of you. I see you do not follow me. Yes, look, his navigators warp eye. Well, you saw what happened to those guards, didn't you? And they got off lightly. They just died. Okay, Vigdis, what's up? I received the open channel between the Navigator Bridge. May the Emperor's light help us all. Yes, indeed. So, we are clear. Initiating communication ritual. Come here, Uwe. Yoink. Go. Violet vortices lashing an ocean with a million flails. Armada's drowning in fog. Okay, so the Astronomican's obscured. Okay, the Astronomican is gone. Yikes. Oops. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. Cassia, are you alright in there? I'll leave her undisturbed. Well, let's be concerned about her. Oops. Probably not. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator Strider, as it was for her predecessor. Yay, well, it's just a few dozen serfs. I mean, we can get 1,000 more at Raikat Minoris. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas. Yeah, the Great Rift has sliced the galaxy in two at this point. The way is blocked. The ritual was successful. The depths of the ship housed only machine spirits, but something other. Yes, that's not foreshadowing at all, is it? Send for me if you have need of me. And we have a navigator. Way! Right, condition of Eurac V. Had we begun differently in the situation, we've been critically unstable. We can either loot everything, or we can gather components. So scrap components, or profit factor, or we abandon it. Alright, loot everything. Jury to the last match. Profit factor is everything. Yoink. And also remind you that we are still looking for an Engine Seer Prime. We are missing crew, and we have not located Heinrich van Kalox. Now we know he was not at Eurac V. Thank you, Vigdis. This will be all for now. Indeed it will. So, we have cleared Eurac V. It is time to move on to Astropath Station VX02537 and find out just what exactly has gone wrong there and why the Astropaths are screaming insanity into the warp. And no, that isn't just Tuesday for an Astropath, this is more serious. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all, and farewell.